Be using Burt's Bees Goodness Glows liquid makeup with responsibly sourced meadow foam in the color Warm Honey. So I'm going to use this marble. This has been around for so long, and I don't know, I like it. I like the way it looks like marble. But here we go. We're gonna use this. And I'm just going for a natural look today. Quick, easy, out the door, because I got stuff I need to get done. And did I get that in my hair? No. Okay. And I love these headbands. If you girls have thick hair. Oh yeah, look at it. I got a new tattoo. My baby. My baby. She was a twin, but her twin didn't make it. So I could have put it on my neck, but then I already have this piece right here. And seeing as she was a twin and her twin didn't make it, I thought it was appropriate just to keep this clear, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's about my new tattoo. I got some business I need to go take care of today. And I'm hungry. I am hungry. Some new developments in my life. Well, it's been a year. I've been trying to hide it. I was diagnosed with a rare neuromuscular disease that is caused by the immune system. And a lot of people say it's because of repressed emotion. Which makes sense because I'm indigenous. I've had a traumatic life. So, you know, and all indigenous women can agree that it's been hard dealing with the colonialism. And I think I'm going to go with another layer because I'm not satisfied. It's almost that time of the month again. So I'm breaking out. Get under my eyes. And so with this, it's called myasthenia gravis, and it translates in Latin to great weakness. And it's an autoimmune disease, so I'm not contagious. I'm not like dying of a wicked illness, but I do have this and I do have to live with it now. So the adjustments have been major. Like I did have to go through my little depression, start smoking weed, taking CBD oil, which has helped tremendously. And so now I got doctors. I'm in and out of the hospital. I have to be very careful with myself, which I was never careful before because nobody taught me how to be careful, right? So now I'm learning how to not push my limits because I am getting up there in age. I'm not getting any younger. So I'm working with it. This is actually not that bad, but it's natural, you know what I mean? And it's not chemicals. It's not, it has no contaminants. I love that shit. And I'm gonna like start transitioning into like natural makeup, or organic living, and to see how long it takes to transition. Like this is a chronic illness. I'm gonna live with this till like I'm an old lady. So give you a breakdown of a crisis. Is my muscles get really weak. They wear out really fast now. Whereas pose, it's basically your body turning on itself. It's scary when it happens. It's very rare. I think I read that there's only 500,000 people in it with this genetic disorder. I don't even know if it's genetic because I don't think anybody in my family has it, to tell you the truth. But you know, I have my days, I have my trials, I have where I'm down in the dumps. And I don't want to do anything, or I can't do anything because I'm too weak. And that's, I think, the biggest transition of all has been going and being strong and having to be strong, and now not being able to be strong, being a mom, being an entrepreneur, and just learning from it, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna let it like get the best of me. I'm gonna keep on rolling with the punches like I always do. It's just gonna take me that much longer. But patience is key. Everybody is struggling with something, you know? I may think that this is the worst thing that could happen to me, but then I've met other people that have worse than me. So it is what it is. I could take it as a blessing, or I could take it as a curse. And everything happens for a reason, right? So in this case, this happened to me. So I'm gonna go in with my next eyebrow. You guys know I love this stuff because it looks so natural. And I'm just gonna go in with the lighter one. And this is inexpensive. Girls, if you're into makeup, this is my jam for like daytime. So yeah, I had to like do my research. I had to like make some adjustments in my lifestyle changes, which is for the better, I guess, but it's way too late. And what me and other warriors with this is that yeah, it's part of it is caused from trauma, but also the chemicals in the food, the antibiotics and the preservatives. I've talked about this before, that everything that's like canned is no good. Like the colonial diet is not good for you. Bannock and soup, unless it's organic, then you can make it nutritious. But I thought, like, you know, once I quit doing certain things, that I'm living healthy. Like, all this food that they're selling and promoting has got to be good for you, right? So buy it. Let's feed our families. But that's not the way of it. It is actually poison, and it actually can hurt you. So that's a little bit about my disease. So I've had to make some major adjustments in my life, and I'm living with it now. I don't really have a choice. It is what it is. So with that being said, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna use this. It's not even open, so it's my first time you guys are seeing me use it, and this thing needs to get off, because if I go walking around, if I throw this in my purse and I go walking around into a store, you know what? I'm gonna beep, and then they're gonna think, oh, she stole something. Discrimination while shopping, you know, that's not a good thing, especially as an Indigenous person. And yeah, there are people that steal. I'm not saying that. There's people with addictions, you know, there's people that have different scenarios who, like, you know, in the States, they're probably gonna fucking start stealing the food from the stores because people are not, they're gonna starve. Like, oh my God, I was thinking about their scenario, and it is like, you know, like my family said, like, this is how we've been living for how many generations on the real. So if you've had a comfortable life, and you're used to having your job and having that steady income, now you know what it's like to be an Indigenous person. Unfortunately, but I still think that's the fucking most idiotic fucking thing I've ever seen. And pardon my French. that can be considered a crime against humanity, you know? That's like far off. So it comes like this, and like it's got like the little beehive thing and the little applicator. So I'm gonna use this little applicator and see how it is, and then I'll continue on with the rest of my makeup. So I have some errands I need to run today. My forehead is breaking out so bad. I'm thinking of going to get a facial. I'm at that age now where I need a little bit help with skincare. My daughters love wearing makeup, but they don't have no need for it. It just gives you more pimples. Especially if you're falling asleep with it, like I do sometimes. So yeah, if you see like pictures of me now where I'm laying down and I'm relaxing because I have to, this really does take a toll on you. Maybe I'm just getting old, I don't know, but it is what it is, and there's no changing it. So I'm gonna put my semi-wispies on. Well, actually, before that, I am going to prep my eyes. I'm gonna go in with this. My homegirl's girl actually gave me this. This is a CoverGirl True Blend bronzer, but it's really dark and it's really beautiful. I really enjoy it so far. So, you're like caramel like me, you'll love this stuff. But I am trying to transition everything organic. I'm trying to get out with the chemicals. I'm trying to, like, you know, bring that decolonization into my house. Need less, use less, recycle, donate. And I'm a Native woman. Let's get real. We shop at Value Village. You know, that's our jam. I don't like going to the malls. I just, you know, because there's nothing like really decolonizing about that. When we were broke and down, we couldn't shop, but we watched everybody else shop. And now that, you know, indigenous people are coming up and getting educated, which is awesome to see, and decolonizing, I love it. I love seeing it. I love being a part of it. I love, well, as much as I can be a part of it, I'm pretty well stuck at home most of the time, but I guess it's safer for me. And okay, this natural, okay. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got like a nice pretty sheen to it. It's so beautiful. And I'm just gonna pop that on my eyelids. Where did I put it? I'll put it here. So I try not to wear makeup too often anymore. I try to let my skin breathe. And I'm trying to simplify my life so I can stay focused and heal. This is part of my healing. Self-care is part of a woman's healing. And part of a woman, you have to be clean. You have to take care of yourself. You know, today's standards of like makeup and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I've always loved makeup. Always. I've always been like a big fanatic. So I'm gonna go in with this Brow Show by Annabelle. So I'm just mixing it up. High brand, drugstore brand, organic brand, you name it, whatever. I'm utilizing what I have. Okay, so let me get these eyebrows. to stay now. But I remember, like, when I was a little girl, I wanted makeup. I didn't know how to use makeup, but they got me makeup. Kind of similar in this house. My girls love makeup, but they really don't know how to use makeup, because the lipstick that they got for Christmas ended up all smeared all over my windows, which I still have to clean up. But they had fun. They looked like they had fun of it. It lasted about a week. And yeah, that was the end of that makeup. And I said, no more. No more. Absolutely no more until they're older and age appropriate. As like they can play with like lip balms, that little sparkly lip stuff. I don't mind that stuff. But anything like an older girl would wear, I think that's highly inappropriate now. Only in the house. If she's playing it, if mommy's doing her makeup, fine. But I really don't. So yeah, I used my favorite mineral effects. I'm gonna see if I can go and get some more of these, because I really want to transition out with the chemicals and the preservatives and stuff, because I notice it takes a toll on my face. I am so sensitive, as a lot of people are. Our skin is just not made for certain things. So I'm just gonna highlight with this. And wow, I look like browner. Brown. Well, I am brown. But yeah, I don't know if other people follow me on my other social medias, but this Christmas was really hard on me and my family. I'm not gonna get into discussion about it, but it was really hard. Like most Christmases, because I grew up and I didn't have my family around. Coming from this system where you're, first of all, I think I was 18 months when I got taken away from my parents. Kidnapped, legally kidnapped. And they tried to get me back. Why they didn't let my father and his wife take me is beyond me, because they didn't even tell me. It was a money grab, like it is today. Money grab. It's all about the fucking money, because whoever gets to take care of the kids in care, they get more than the actual parents. But whatever. That is a battle that is still being fought, and I'm glad. Had I not said anything, it still would have been happening. But that's kind of a sad thing. But yeah, anyways, I do have like trauma that I heal with, and this is one of my outlets, like self-care, because I never got to, I never got the things that other kids have. Like, I used to look at other kids and they had the nice clothes, they had the nice, they were taken care of. You can tell they were taken care of. And my son is at my door. So with that being said, I wanted my kids. And I knew, like, once I had my kids, there was no way nobody was going to hurt them. Nobody was going to take them. And I fought for my kids. Like, literally, as an Indigenous woman, I had to fucking go to war for my fucking kids and other families. Once I realized the fucking devastation and the path that it made, the impact that it had, not only on my family, but the community as a whole, I fought like hell. I knew I was gonna fight. I knew what I was gonna do. As soon as I was 18, I had to go through some shit in life, like my life lessons, the trauma. I had to cover up that trauma, whichever way, with addiction. You know, you can talk to me about anything because I've been there, I've done it. And there's not too much that I don't know about, but I'm still learning. Like, my one buddy said, you can live 2 lifetimes and still not know it all. So I was like, well, hopefully I can live 3 lifetimes so I can learn it all. But yeah, it is what it is. So this is the outcome of trauma when you don't get it out of your system, when you repress that emotion. Because I repressed it and I covered it up for so many years that I ended up hurting myself. And now I'm realizing I don't want that for any of our youth. I don't want that to happen. You know, there's a lot of circumstances out in this world that I can't explain, I can't fix, I can't help, I can only support. And at this point, I need to do what's best for me and my family. Because I've done everything I can. Like, I still speak out when possible on social media. I use social media as a venue to get issues out, to do, you know, whatever. You know, because I am an Indigenous sovereign woman. I have the right and the ability to change circumstances, to right the wrongs. My voice, your voice is just as important as the next voice. So you keep that in mind and you keep going, you know. I love this stuff. I think this is my go-to now. Like, I've said that before, but I have like such tiny little eyebrows. My daughter, and she has gorgeous eyelashes. And I just adore them. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I could only wish to be born with those beauties. I was like, but I'm not. So I gotta take it what it is. And I'm going in with my Demi Wispies. I had to figure out how to utilize like the camera, which I think I'm pretty good at now. And I'm using my Duo. These are Ardell's, by the way, and I get them from the Beauty Supply. Just stick them on. I've become like a pro. One of my girls was like using the single ones, and I was like, oh my God, are you serious? And she would spend 20 minutes on her eyes. And I was like, honey, I was like, and she was getting herself mad because she was kept being late for school. I was like, okay, you know, this is what I do. This is how it's done. And this is how you look good fast. But mind you, it took me a while to get the hang of doing eyelashes because you have to learn how to do it. Hopefully that one doesn't fly away. I don't think it'll fly away. If it does, I got some glue I carry. Just in case. You never know when you're wearing makeup. And I have one of my girls who's being so ignorant, so rude, and disrespectful to her own mom. No. That on a whole level, I don't tolerate. I'm not going to tolerate that level of toxicity. In my life. Family or not, I'm sorry. If you're toxic and you're bad for my health, goodbye. She's 22. She thinks she knows it all. She thinks she's a badass. She thinks like she can be like mom. But she didn't grow up like mom. She grew up with her family. She always had. Like, sure, there's certain things that she told me about, but that's like, you can overcome that shit. Like, that's peanuts compared to what I went through. Let's just put it this way. The system used me for my money and then kicked me out on the street a lot of times. So I was out on the street, roaming the street, a little 11-year-old girl. So I thugged it out. And when you're displaced like that and you don't know who you are, where you come from, you don't even know your parents, because I was a baby when I got taken away, trust me, shit happens. And there are manipulators, there are bad people out there. What? Okay, tell daddy. So, yeah. So anyways, in my transition to healing from all this trauma that I went through and being in care, I went through a lot of transitions, trying to recognize, trying to educate myself of why, like, certain things happen, why certain people are the way they are. And I found out a lot, like, because they don't teach you this stuff that I wanted to learn in school. So I educated myself. I kept on educating myself. Like, I haven't completed my grade 12, but I did complete my a business program, which I'm really proud of. And so it's a learning process. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, but it's coming along. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna go in with, what is this? Kat Von D, bow and arrow. Very niche. So I am very niched out. I'm wearing my Sweetie white buffalo shirt today. And I got my buddy